Maybe.
No.
Maybe not.
I'm not here.
Anyway. Eche motpiin au yatim yejis jowih wo kekumetach jowih Schwa. Let's celebrate that new year and new decade, boys. Welcome to 2020. That's right. And yeah, here we are. We've survived. We did it. Because we made it to what do those kids call it? We made it to them 100 subscribers before the end of the year. And that's, like, exactly what I wanted. So, like, thanks. Give me a little kiss. Mwah. Yeah, just like that. So, today, because of that, we're going to be talking about, well, what's going on, yo. So, we're going to be aiming for 1,000 subscribers by the end of 2020, even though that may seem a little unrealistic. So, I'll just take whatever I can get, because I'm doing this anyway, no matter what people tell me. You can't stop me. None of you can stop me. So we're going to keep on going. So what we're going to talk about today is numbers and counting and all that, because you know what? It's a new year, it's a new decade, so how do the people in Alfwonk do their numbers and stuff? Well, guess what? You're about to find out. Alright, so Aibana miejik pi oisliach jofwonk yachai. What year is it in the Fwonnel system this year? So basically, because of the situation we have, the year is about 6,236,400 BR before the rediscovery, being that Alfwonk takes place in this alternative future version of Earth where post-human dog people, are the new dominant species, and they rediscover the ancient human technology, and that's the rediscovery. And so the language that I'm making, Arojun or ojunkatauu or Fwonnel, Fwonnkat, everything is fine. The modern language that I'm making today is the language spoken across the Fwonnel Peninsula by around the year 1900 AR, and to, around it goes between maybe like 1800 and 2100, but the main storylines and things all take place in, get this, the 2000s. Oh no, is that some kind of wacky coincidence? No, it's not. But we're gonna ignore that and move on. So yeah. How do Fwonnel numbers work? That's a good question. So the old Fwonnel and Arojun's systems of counting were dozenal throughout ancient times, but the invasion of the Prince Empire in 901 AR in the northern half of the peninsula caused many aspects of the language to change, including, among other things, the addition of the Prince decimal numbers into the language, mostly for scientific and aristocratic use. Because of this, the larger numbers and multiples of 10 today are based on Prince numbers, while smaller numbers and most ordinal numbers are still derived from the Fwonnel and dozenal system. So you'll get numbers that look like this. So you see on the left-hand side, you have the cardinal numbers, just saying like, 1 dog, 2 dogs, 3 dogs. They put the number, like the counting number, the cardinal number, after the noun. So if it was like 3 friends, it would be Klu is 3 over here. So you can see the etymology is listed next to them, and it's going to be listed as either Fwonnel, Prince, or Mix. In the cardinal system, you have Hwe, Ro, Klu, Pa, Ek, Kata, Myata, Nyani, Kloya, Kek, Hore, Siu, and then Siu Hwe, Siu Ro. So you have 12 is Siu, 13 Siu Hwe, Siu Ro, Kekek, Siu Te, and so on. So you can see that Kekek, that means 10 and 5, that's a Prince number in base 10. The entire system, in reality, has been converted into base 10, and the written number system is the Prince written number system. which I'll show some other time whenever we get into the written language and all that. But essentially, it's a decimal system with a bunch of dozenal stuff from older times that have been preserved and slapped all over the place. However, in terms of the ordinal numbers didn't really have that happen. The ordinal numbers stayed completely dozenal up until the big boy numbers. So you have all the small numbers are definitely of Fwonnel etymology in the ordinal system. So they go with jo in the beginning and at the end. So the ordinal first is jokwech, second joro, joklu, jopa, jwek, jokla, jomiata, jonyanich, so on. When you go on, you have basically multiples of 10 have, in the cardinal system, the multiples of 10 have prince-based numbers, and then multiples of 12 have Fwonnel-based numbers, but everything in between is counted with the prince system numbers as the numbers get bigger beyond 24. So you have, say, like 30, Plukek, 3, 10, 30, you know. So then 31 is Plukekwe, 3, 10, 1. But then 36, instead of it being Plukek Pateh or whatever it was, it's Tum. Tum is 36, 12 times 3. That was the next set in the base in the original historic Fwonnel system. So then 40, Pakek, which is 4 tens. You have 48, Yam, 50, Ekek, 5 tens, and then 60, Glakek, because, 12 times 5 is 60, so it's both a decimal and a dozenal number. So it took the prince-I decimal number and became 6 tens. Oh, Kla, And then 70, Myatakek, 72, Klayam, and then so on. And so as time goes on, these bigger numbers become more and more related to the prince numbering system. The last cardinal number that technically has a Fwonnel base to it is 1,440. And is 1,140, which is Hujusum, but it's obsolete because why would anyone care about that specific number nowadays, now that you have the decimal system conquering all the bigger numbers? And then over with the ordinal numbers, they still stay in the dozenal Fwonnel system no matter what. So where 31 is Klukekwe, the 31st is Jokumyata Tum, Jotum, because 36th. Then 40, Jotumpa, which means the 36 plus 4th, 40th. Then you have for 48, Jopiam. Ekek is Jopiamroch, because Jopiamroch is 48 plus 2, and then it goes along with that the whole way as well. And then as you get into the big boy numbers, then gradually you start getting prince-I numbers in the ordinal numbers way later on for like the thousands and things. So it finally stops being dozenal in the counting system after you reach 12 times 12, 144, which is usium in cardinal and jusium in ordinal. And then after that, things kind of get more prince related because big numbers go with all the sciencey boys, which happened whenever the prince dominated society during that time period. And then there's also like the nominal numbers, which is like a group of blank, Hwor Tiom Parauch, which is so the group of 4 men left. Now we're doing this on New Year's, but it's not actually New Year's in Alfwonk because their calendar system is structured quite differently. The New Year occurs differently than ours. See, the Fwonnel calendar system, that I created has 366 days in a year, 10 months in a year, and there are 6 day weeks per month, except for the 6th month, which contains 7 weeks. And then every 4 years for their leap year, instead of like adding a day like we do, every 4 years, 3 days are removed from that extra week in the 6th month. And then the first year of a 4-year cycle, the new year begins on the winter solstice. And so the winter solstice, December 21st, 2019 was technically the new year of 2020 AR for Alfwonk Casanosha. And so here we have the month setup that I have, the whole calendar structure, where the year, you can see the year 2020 goes from December 21st, 2019 to December 17th, 2020. And then 2021 goes from December 18th, 2020 to December 18th, 2021, and so on until the cycle repeats, with those 3 days getting chopped off during the extra long month. And the names are all based on seasons roughly equivalent to the Arizona monsoon schedule, where we have Pesukech, the one that we're in right now, the smallest sunlight, then Jipreshlich, cold wind, then Dachwabish, which is plants thriving, then you have Dachkn, which is plant decaying, then you have Ktoipreshlich, which is dry wind or dry air, then you have Dakach, which is dead plants, then you have Tiopreshlich, which is monsoon air, Chachpreshlich, hot air, Dafeuch, confused plants, and Zoipreshlich, wet air. So I have an example over here where you could say, today is November 15th. If you're talking in 2019, then the answer is Jok Zoipreshlich Jochuach Yo, the first day of the month of wet air. So, with that in mind, what day is today? January 1st, 2020 is the 12th day of the month of shortest light. So you would say Jok Pesuke Josuch Yo. So, yeah. Awiatim Refino. Bye-bye. Give me some of them likes, comments, and subscribes. I'll see ya with some juicy content resuming on a regular basis. Bye-bye now.